All right, ladies and gentlemen, we should be live here at the Mount Panorama Bathurst Circuit for Server 2 ESR, or not ESR, Evolution Racing Academy. My apologies, I have been on the ESR team for so long that there is the occasional slip up. Please let me know if there's any audio issues going on right now. I am having a bit of a weird phenomenon where my audio settings have to be open in the windows to make the audio come through to me, but it doesn't seem to be impacting the... Oh, hang on. Audio may go out, but it may fix the problem. Hang on. Oh, that's not good. Alright, well, I'm going to be battling with some technical gremlins today, it seems. Seems like it's going to be that kind of day, and I apologize. Why are you not working? Let me try. Yeah, this is the weird thing, is that the audio may be coming fine to you guys, but I am not hearing the game audio. It's very weird. Like, I can see the audio bar over on, like, OBS for the broadcast. It's going nuts. It's doing its thing. It's awesome. But it's not coming to me. It's very weird. Let me try. Turn the headset off. Turn the headset on. The headset's not dead. It's a little bit low on battery. It's like at it's at like 40%, but it's shouldn't be dead. This is so very strange. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. So I have no racing audio, but you guys have racing audio. I guess at the end of the day, that is what matters. You guys want to hear the race. Ironically, it's kind of like just gonna leave me alone with my own voice in my own head, which is a shame. So I'm gonna keep messing around with this. If at the end of free practice, so in 2 minutes and 47 seconds from now, I don't have a solution, I don't have a solution. We just roll. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pulling the curtain back, and you're getting to see, what happens in the background. Let me try disabling and re-enabling the headset. That did not fix the problem. Volume is up. Volume is at full, so it's not that. The chat and game thing is... Race is too loud. Commentary is too quiet. I'll see what I can do about that. How about now, guys? How about now? Better. Better or good? Like are further adjustments required, or are we at the right point? Just keep in mind, I have no game audio. I have no way of knowing. I recently picked up a rug for my office space. So there's a cool kind of dragon motif graphic rug underneath me right now, and as a result, I had to move the desk, so I had to take the computer apart. And it looks like something got messed up on the reconnection. So I will have to examine that further. I'm using a different USB port. I don't want to unplug it and replug it right now because we're in the middle of a broadcast, but I'm going to try that after the broadcast. I'm going to plug myself back into the other USB port, just for the absolute certainty that it's not the port. I doubt it's the port, but at this point I'm trying to come up with whatever might be the issue. All right, let's connect the ACC Race Control, thank you very much. We'll avoid going out on the track right now because we'll wait for the end of the session here. We'll just keep following along with whomever we're following around with. I don't know who this is. This is Saha. Sorry, I don't know your first name. You are new to me as far as things go, but I can find out. It is a Iron Driver. That's a tricky name. Masaji? I don't know. That's a new Maciej. That is who we're looking at here. So many beamsters. There's a BMW conspiracy going on right now. Now what's really going to be problematic here is that I don't know if I can hear Discord. So that'll be a problem, like when it comes down to on your device. I do not want to switch devices. Huh. If anybody is on the Evolution Racing Academy server and during qualifying would like to pop in to the audio studio, it would be appreciated because I'm worried essentially that I won't be able to hear chat for like any of the interviews. That'll be a big deal because not hearing the race, okay, it definitely makes things very very different, and I don't really like it. Oh, Hater is in the audience. If Hater is Hater, if you wouldn't mind asking for permission to speak, just so I can see if I can hear you. I'm having a weird audio glitch. It's going to the stream, but it's not going to my headset. All right, professional. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is bizarre. I can hear you, so it's working in Discord perfectly fine, but I can't hear, for example, YouTube or the game. This is bizarre. Oh no, well that time it was just I had the wrong settings in Discord. Like that was a completely different issue. That was just like my audio settings resetting to, factory default, so to speak. Oh. Okay, let me check on that. While you're here, let me check on that. Oh, yeah, we have no Discord volume. So, let me see here. Properties. Ah, yes, it has just gone back to default. Okay, that's an easy fix. That makes total sense. Yep. Okay, you should be able to hear yourself on stream now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I hear myself now.
This is okay. So everything on the stream is good, and I just can't hear the race. This is gonna be interesting.
I mean, on your stream, you can hear the race.
I know. That's the thing is, like, I'm looking at OBS and it's got the little, like, the audio equalizer bar. It's going crazy. It's loving it. It's loving life. It's like everything's all good. It's just like, for whatever reason, the audio from the game is just not making its way to my headset.
Yeah, I hate OBS as well. Like when I try to record something, it just like messes up the audio. Well,
this is not OBS's fault. This is something more Windows based or hardware based or something because. Like I said, it's not like the problem wasn't there when I didn't have OBS open. The problem was already there.
Yeah.
It's not OBS that's doing it to me. I don't know what it is. I did plug the headset into a different USB port. I'm going to try going back to the old one. I don't see why that would.
Yeah, I was going to say, try go to the old one, or if not, see your audio settings as well.
Yeah, I've got the audio settings open. They're set up, right? Arctis headset for volume, Blue Yeti Snowball for the microphone. It's all good. Not Snowball. Just Blue Yeti, pardon me. I do have a Snowball around somewhere, but obviously that's a cheaper mic.
Fair enough. Cool. Well, I'm not qualifying today.
Oh, are you banned from qualifying, or is this a personal trip?
Just a pit start.
I see.
Yeah, and a drive-through at the same time, so...
Well, I guess the good news is, chat, I may not be able to hear the race, but you guys can hear the race. I can hear the interviews, so I guess I will just have to be in sensory deprivation.
Anyway, good luck commentating, and maybe the sound will come back on.
Good luck in the race, Mr. Hater.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and I always enjoy hearing your commentary. So.
Well, thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Oh! Whoa! 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 I have audio! I have audio! I have audio! It fixed it! It fixed it! What the hell is this? I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm confused. Oh, now it's way too loud. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, guys, let me know if the audio levels are good or not, because it definitely went up like real loud for me, so there you go. Alright, we're going to ride on passenger here. I'm going to find somebody who's at the beginning of their lap, and we can do a little track map tour here. Car 976. You have been called upon to be our guide, and I guess don't fuck up. That would be Irish driver D. Heinz. Alright, so we're through the first corner there, which is, I forget the name of it, honestly. Hell Corner is the last one, and Murray's Corner is the first one, I think. I may have that opposite way around. Alright, we're heading up to the hill here, making our way through. There's a bunch of names for the turns here. I just generically refer to it as the cutting. There you go. Okay. All right. Everybody, I don't know. Professional Hater fixed it. He's got the touch of magic. I don't know. Heading up the hill here at Mount Panorama. These all have names. I want to be clear on this. All the turns in here have names. I know there's a McPhilly Park and so on. I don't know them. I love this track, but I cannot remember the names. I'm sorry. Then we head down to the Skyline here, which is the downhill section where most people die. This is, generally speaking, the absolute, like, you know, most challenging part of the track that you're ever going to see right here. And then we head into Forest Elbow. And we're going to head our way down the Conrad Straight to the Chase. I'd like to thank D. Hines for giving us a tour of Bathurst. And doing pretty well, all things considered. You know, a little slow on the downhill section, but I thought that was a pretty fine performance. And good enough for 8th quickest at the moment. Alright, let's put ourselves into TV camera here. And let's see what we can find here. We're, as per usual, if you're new here, I'm always just kind of looking for who's on a hot lap right now, who's really improving on their time, and right now that is Kieran Rolfe. Kieran, we gotta talk about this livery situation here, because you've been a black carbon car for me for some time. And I want to see what you did. You know, it doesn't make any sense for you to hold the livery in reserve, my friend. You know, we want to see what magical stuff you come up with. He's about a second and a half up right now. So this is not a threat for pole or anything like that, but it's a notable improvement on what Kieran's got on the board right now. It'll move him past Bowser. I forget your first name, Leames. I apologize. Also will bag D. Hines, so it's probably put him up into 10th place right now. Here we go around the chase. Lou Wes is in the pits. That's a weird choice. For those who do not know the procedure here, right now all the drivers on track are the red number tagged iron drivers. These are, in theory, the least talented, in theory, the slowest drivers in the field. It's not always the case. And indeed, Kieran Rolfe goes 10th quickest. But, you know, they're the least accomplished. We'll put it that way. We'll We'll keep it nice. Matthias Wiedemann right now has a pole position lap going right now. Or at least provisional pole. I would suspect, again, I would suspect that when it is all said and done, we will see one of the white number plate silver drivers take the pole position. They are the most accomplished. They are theoretically the fastest on paper. They are the most experienced in a lot of ways. So I would anticipate that they will probably bring it on home as far as the pole position is concerned, and everybody else is competing for, behind that. But of course, this is a class-based race, so the irons are racing the irons, the bronze are racing the bronzes, and the silvers are racing the silvers. But Wiedemann right now still has pole position. Now, granted, Brandon Harvey, who is the current pole sitter, is going very rapidly around this track, and I suspect, call me crazy, but that Wiedemann will take pole only for a brief moment here, and that Brandon Harvey has an improvement coming as well. So Wiedemann goes quickest with a 2:04.997, and we'll pick up Brandon Harvey in the other Beamer, the Wise Racing BMW. A lot of BMWs in the iron category. Makes sense. It's a strong car. It's also a relatively easy to learn car. It's very forgiving. There you go. And Brandon Harvey takes the pole back with a 2:04.235. Brandon Harvey, of course, has been my pick by assumption for the Iron Championship. Let's pull up the standings here real quick. I normally have a little standings document handy. I haven't composed one this season yet because we are still early days. We're only in round 3 of the championship. So I can just kind of reference the one they've got up on the site. The reason I don't like the one on the site is it instantly takes into account drop scores. So it's kind of got them in the wrong order. Like right now, it's got Richard Oakes shown as the silver championship leader. That is not the case. Richard Oakes did not perform particularly well at Solder, so his drop score is only 6 points, whereas John Spriggs is 18, or 16 right now. So, it's a little bit off. But let's have a look at the iron standings real quick here. Leading the way in the championship right this second is Matthias Wiedemann with 32 points. It is 26 for Sean Young in second place. Andreas Hansen and Tobias Wagner are on 22. Brandon Harvey is on 21. Those are your major competitors right this second. Other than that, Thomas Boris has shown really well at Zolder, but he didn't attend the Nürburgring round, which is obviously giving him some problems. Luez, a similar case, so he's kind of in the mix as well, and we'll see what happens in the long run there. But that is the current iron standings as it stands. Anyone on a belter? Right now, Felix Kramrich in the Rothmans Porsche is on a pretty good banger here, about 7/10 up. This would not move him anywhere in the standings, but again, I like to pay attention to people who also who has the most LPP. What is the LPP, sir? Please break that one down. I don't think I know that acronym, unfortunately. If you can tell me what that means, I might be able to answer the question. I may not be able to. We'll see. So Kramrich, yeah, about 6 cents up. We'll give him a little shine here as he's doing a good lap. Penalty points. That is not, as far as I know. I don't think I have access to the penalty points, or if I do, I don't know where to find them. I apologize for that. We'll see at the beginning of the race who's sitting on a penalty for this race. License penalty points, right? Gotcha. That I do not know. I know that there was a driver that got in trouble at Nürburgring, but I don't think that they're here. 10th quickest for Kramrich. All right, unleash the bronzes. Let's see. What bronzes are we looking at for the initial pace marker here? Car 64. That would be Adam Stewart in the Wise Racing BMW. Thank you very much, Brandon. Congratulations on your class pole. Or your division pole. It shouldn't be class, because class is 2 different cars. It would be... Split? Split pole? Division pole. I guess division probably works the best. Up the hill for Adam Stewart. See what he can do here. A couple of hot lappers, including Adrian Marud, Alan Herrera, Shanu Murasanu out there on a hot lap. Mida has the most. That is who I was thinking of. Yeah, Mida, I know, got in trouble for some driving standards at Nürburgring. So, I know that that was a problem, which is a shame because Mida is a quick driver. I was looking forward to see what they would do at Bathurst because I'm always excited to see what people can do at Bathurst. But obviously, if you're going Bathurst and you have a driver who has been misbehaving on a relatively regular basis, this is a race that you would definitely want to ban them for. I think. Bathurst is dangerous and bloody enough without the assistance of drivers who are, let's just say, not minimizing the risk. There you go. So I don't know if this is a legal lap for Adam. I haven't seen him cut anything that would indicate that it is illegal so far. But by default, this would set the pace for the bronze category if that is the case. Heck yeah, Aussies represent. True! The Australians have some of the best racetracks in the world. I appreciate them a lot. I may be like the only person who enjoys Albert Park. I messed up. Adam Stewart goes 9th quickest. Bearded X Badass going 3rd quickest. The Beamers are dominant so far. Who do we got next? I don't know. Who am I picking up here? Let's grab car number 3. You're on a hot lap. And hopefully... Oh, that is Jeffrey Bacher, the reigning bronze champion. Bronze champion from last season. Then representing Porsche. Now representing Audi. Obviously, he gets my love because I'm a big Audi fanboy. I love him. You used to live quite close to Bathurst? Awesome! Did you go see the races? That's the question. See, like you're getting no brownie points unless you actually went to the races. Bacher apparently did not have a legal lap. It looked... I had all the indication that he did. So, that is a bit weird. Look... Oh, Lord! Robert Volt is on a belter right now. He is multiple seconds up on his previous time. I mean, granted, he's still not threatening for pole, but the improvement is appreciated. In the Nubs Racing Aston Martin here, which is also one of my favorite cars. Three wide race start tonight. We'll see. We'll see. The start at Bathurst is often quite a sight, quite a thing. Pole position still held by Iron driver Brandon Harvey, although that appears to be coming to an end. Adrian Marud is out there currently with a lap that looks like it'll snag pole. Is he closer to the checkered flag than Volt is? Let's see here. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. We'll stick with Robert Volt. Oh, no, hang on. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. Looks like he abandoned his lap, actually. Oh, there we go. Adrian Marud, the 416 Honda, is to the top of the time charts. Robert Volt's got a great one going here. Huge improvement. In fact, it's going to take him all the way to 4th place. All right. We got a threat for pole here from Oral Ja. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, please let me know. Start's going to be hard. I mean, yeah, generally speaking. But, like, honestly, I think people put too much importance on the start of this particular race. I mean, it's Bathurst. In my experience, the driver who, you know, can keep a decent pace. I want to make this clear. Like, you could drive... I'm not saying drive around at, like, 50 miles an hour and, like, you know, do really slow things. But, like, you know, if you can put up a decent pace, like even just like mid-pack pace, and just not make mistakes, you're in for a good result. Shaw right now is looking like pole position is going to be his in the Ferrari. Coming across the line here. Yep. To the front. 203.507. I'm looking. I'm not seeing anybody on a belter, honestly. The best we got is Robert Volt, who is another half-second faster. So, as it stands, this would be probably second fastest. So, bypass Harvey and Marie. And put that Aston Martin on the front row, at least for the time being. Of course, the fastest class, the silver class, has yet to show up. So, pole position will probably come down to that class and not the bronzes out on the track right now. I hope the bronzes are not too offended by my making that statement. But they are, of course, battling for their own championship. Their own bragging rights. Oh, I didn't go through the bronze standings. My apologies. I went through the iron, but not the bronze. Bronze standings. Championship leader with 34 points is Professional Hater, recently promoted from the iron category. This is his rookie season, so he's turning some heads. Second place is Dennis Hook on 31 points. Third place is Jeffrey Bacher, the reigning champion. He's on 26. Followed by fourth place Robert Volt on 22. And then last round's winner, but unfortunately was not present at Zolder, so got a big 0 there. Alan Herrera is currently in 5th place. So there you go. I'll have to, for the next race, I promise I'll have a spreadsheet ready for references so I can give, you know, quick standings updates. That way I can do rough work and also not have to kind of filter through the drop scores. Alrighty, who's on a banger? Bearded X Badass is it's also invalid. Never mind. I was gonna say it is a banger, but it's not legal. Best we got is Adam Stewart, who's currently about a half second up on his time. This is be enough to move him past Brandon Harvey, maybe Adrian Maroon. We'll see what he can do. You know, a shot at third place. So the top 2 is out of his reach. But second row. Well, never mind. Lucas Geese just went out there and busted up a second place lap there in the Honda. Honda's doing well. Second and fourth place. He's going to be about a half-second improvement for Stewart here, so he's going to jump up a couple of spots. There you go, fourth place. Jumping past Harvey and Marood. Bearded X Badass is about 6/10 up. So the BMW driver looking to get into the top 10, at least for now. Does have a little bit of traffic in front of him to worry about. I'm not sure who that would be. A good look at. Might be Oral Ja, so yeah, I think that's the pole sitter. So should be fine. Either that or somebody else is running around in the roughly the same livery as Ja. Which can happen. I know we have 2 up garage Hondas, for example, out there running. Lucas Geese, and I'm blanking on who the other one is off the top of my head, but it's a new driver to the field. Still up 1.7. This is a legit threat for pole, actually. This is very fast. I was kind of wondering why he was keeping up so close with Ja, but like I think the answer is he might be going second quickest. Bearded X Badass comes to the line. It is second place for the American racer in the BMW. Phenomenal. I think the last needle mover for the bronze category is Jeffrey Bacher. Currently about a second up. This would move him into about 7th place. So at least get him beyond all the iron cars and put him in touch with the bronze crew. Yep. So there you go. Pole is now to 2:03.212 by Oral Ja. And we have a fast lap from Thomas Hagen underway. Or near underway, I So we'll see what the Oracle Mustang can do. No qualification effort from Patrick Sullivan, and as we know, Professional Hater revealed in his interview, in his audio test interview, that he will be starting from the pit lane, which, not a bad idea. Looks like the Nubs Racing BMW out in front of the Nubs Racing Mustang here. There's the two blue and lime cars, or lemon, I guess, roll on through. It's highlighter yellow. Let's just go with highlighter yellow for that color. Maybe trying to help each other out with the line a little bit. See what they can do. I have no Delta reference for these laps because they don't have anything to compare with, so I don't know. They could be acing the lap. They could be a little bit rough. I haven't seen any major mistakes from Hagen, so I'm assuming with a decent lap go. Ooh, Alan Herrera down in 27th place. What is going on here? The race winner from the Nürburgring has had a horrible qualifying and may very well be starting at the back. Ooh, excuse me. Speaking of Alan Herrera, you're in the chat. Sir, that is more than a bad qualifying. You are 10.6 off of the pace. How do you explain this? I expect more from you. See what the Mustang can do here. Well, I'm looking. Have any silvers put up a lap time? Nope, not yet. I'll go through the silver championship after we get a lap here from Hagen. Oh, first one across was Isaac Jordan. Not a very good one. John Spriggs has taken pole with a 2:02.892. Pattenden goes 11th quickest. Cow goes 6th quickest, and Hagen. Cow, I think, is, yeah, the other Nubs racing car. And Hagen goes 4th quickest. All right, quick championship rundown for the Silvers, everybody. In the championship lead with 34 points is John Spriggs, the man at the top of the time charts right this second. He's got a pretty decent lead. Richard Oakes is in second place on 26 points, so an 8-point gap. And then it opens up quite a bit. Miles Stone, the winner at Zolder, had a miserable time at Nürburgring, and as a result is in third place on 17 points. Then it is 16 points for Jack Biddle, podium at Zolder. Not a great day at Nürburgring. And then Aaron Sergil, who is the opposite. A really rough round at Zolder, but a very solid podium effort at the Nürburgring has given the Canadian 15 points and 5th place in the championship. Alrighty, let's keep rolling. Who's on a big one? Well, we'll pick up John Spriggs. He's on pole and currently on pace to beat it a little bit here. This will be about a 2:08.5 at the rate he's going. We have a request for the 713 car. That is, you'll have to help me with that name. Alfredo Quesadillas? Hope that wasn't horrendously culturally insensitive. He's at a good lap right now, up 7/10. Actually, this would be pole position if Spriggs wasn't probably going to improve his lap. So Spriggs coming across the line and indeed does improve to 2:02.482. Quesadillas will jump over Oral Ja for second place at the rate that they are going. Also, Cow is on a pretty good lap. In fact, there you go, second quickest. And further down, Shergill and Ambrazosa are also on good laps as well. So, things are heating up. And, oh no, Quesadillas does go fastest! Okay, he picked up a bunch of time in the third sector. Must have had kind of, no offense, a crappy third sector up on the board. Ambrazosa's got a good lap going and moves into third quickest, so it is Quesadillas from Spriggs, Ambrazosa, Cow, and Oakes, your top 5. Look and see who else is on a banger. Matt Gale in the Nissan is doing well this lap, so there you go. 888 livery is nice. Who is... oh, that's John Spriggs. Yeah, that's the Wise Racing boys. They are... there's a couple of them in the field. They have, like, slightly different color variations of the same livery. I like it, actually. Although they did get rid of the one that I liked the most, which is disappointing. They had one that I really liked last season, and it's not back this year. Matt Gale going 18th fastest in the Nissan. QRC with the Zilla comment at some point in the near future, I imagine. Milestone, winner of Zolder, is having a pretty decent lap here, making his way down the hill. Currently in 12th place. This lap would take him up to about 6th, if I were to guess. Of course, that depends if he's got a really bad third sector on the books, like we saw with Quesadillas when he took pole position. Through the chase. Yeah, picking up a little bit here. About a 10th through the chase alone. Murray corner. Coming to the line. Ooh, that's also a notable improvement. So yeah, he did not have a good third sector on the books. So 5th place. Looking to see who's on a big improvement. Cedric Muir, who is one of the championship contenders for the Ferrari boys. Currently down in 19th place, but looking at about a 2nd improvement here. Would leap up into probably the top 10. Coming to the line. Maybe a little outside the top 10. We'll see. It should be around Lucas Geese. Yeah, there you go. 10th place. And Jack Biddle. Just went 25th overall. Notable improvement on previous lap time, though. And no one's really burning it up right now. Kerry Pattinen in the Lamborghini has got a reasonable improvement going right now. Should be a top 10 lap. Making their way down the hill. Perfect pronunciation. I somehow doubt that. I somehow doubt that that is the case. Time coming to an end here. Patented will probably sneak into the top 10. Not really seeing anybody else. Muir's on a little bit of an improvement lap as well. Chris Cow's got a little bit of an improvement, but nothing may. I say this, and Cedric Muir just suddenly popped up to 7/10 up. So hang on. Cedric Muir may have something to say here about these positions down the line. And Patented goes 4th quickest. All right. Couple of guys hit some really bad third sectors on the table. So, like, they turned it up at the very end, basically. Let's see what Cedric Muir can do here. Currently 7/10 up, which would be enough for probably about 7th place. In terms of improvement, jumping from 11th to 7th. Let's see what happens here. Rolling to the line. And 5th quickest for the Track Tool team. Excuse me if the audio goes to a little bit of crap here. I was sitting on my hoodie and it was not comfortable. All right. Anyone else got something to say? El Perry in the Stealth Bomber. The Nissan Godzilla. In his traditional paint scheme. Loves that Stealth Bomber, and I also love the Stealth Bomber, so go Perry. He's imported it onto a different car. I forget. It was McLaren last season, I think. It was one of the mid-engine beauties, anyways. Goes 15th quickest. All right. Nelson Ambrozosa apparently had a qualifying ban, so he will not have his grid spot. All right, qualifying On pole position, Alfredo Quesadillas started on the front row, but has a qualifying ban, and that will be removed. Chris Cow, Thomas Hagen, row 2. Row 3, John Sprague, Cedric Beer. Row 4, Kerry Patton and Miles Stone. Row 5, Richard Oakes and Oral Ja, the top bronze driver. Bearded X Badass and Aaron Shergill. On row 6, row 7, Lucas Geese and Robert Volt. Row 8, El Perry and Adam Stewart. Row 9, Adrian Marood and Jeffrey Bacher. Pole sitter for the Irons, Brandon Harvey, will start inside row 10 with Matt Gale. Edry Gutschlick is here today. Qualifying inside row 11 with Isaac Jordan, Idris Cahill, and Jack Biddle, row 12. Matthias Wiedemann and Matthew East, row 13. Ron Morley and newcomer Max Cruz. On row 14, Nathan Gray and Andreas Hansen, row 15. Row 16, Shanu Murasanu in the Boatley and Saha. And then row 17, Hassan Agleen and Luez. Felix Krammerch and Christian Lems. It's Christian. There you go. I thought it was Claudio for some reason. Row 18, Chris Stancer, Atos Rahman. Row 19. Row 20, Ari Vettner and Bo Zur. Row 21, Kieran Rolfe and D. Hines. Alan Herrera and Philip Sullivan. Row 22. Row 23, Samuel Jardine and Pat Fortune. And then we're into the guys who are starting for the pit lane, by the way. Professional Hater and Kevin Shepard on row 24. And Thomas Boris is back. That's good. That's good. We missed him at the Nürburgring, so I appreciate that. We got some penalties coming in for the previous races festivities. People who will have to serve time penalties at their pit stops include John Spriggs, who has a 5-second penalty. Kerry Patton has 45 seconds in penalties. Wow. That is a problem. Richard Oakes, 10 seconds. 45 seconds also for Matt Gale. So, quite a bit. My mate in the 172, he usually drives the Lexus, but he swapped up the time. Yeah. The 172. Who is that? Oh, Samuel Jardine. Yeah, I'm familiar with Samuel Jardine. Yeah, he usually runs the Lexus. He's in the Honda now. Let's see here. Any other penalties that we need to be aware of here? Rolling down here. Matthias Wiedemann, the championship leader for the Irons, has a 15-second penalty. That's going to hurt a little bit. Let's see. Oh boy. We got a lot down here. Alan Herrera, 5 seconds. Philip Sully, 45 seconds. 30 seconds for Samuel Jardine. 45 seconds for Pat Fortune. A drive-through penalty for Professional Hater. And 15 seconds for Kevin Shepard. So, Nürburgring definitely had some casualties. 45 seconds also for Nelson Ambrazosa. I was expecting that. And championship leader John Spriggs has a 5-second penalty as well. Oh no, no David Slater today. That's a shame. David Slater in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Rather than on track. Well, 49 cars will try to tackle the mountain. One will emerge victorious. Well, technically speaking, 3 will emerge victorious because we will have a silver, a bronze, and an iron winner. So technically 3 will emerge victorious. But we'll see what happens. 46 of them will be met with failure in defeat. Not really. Everybody has their own expectations for a race. I know that I never go into a race expecting to win anything, to be honest, because I am not fast. The way I win championships is through picking up a glut of 4th and 5th places. That's my seat. being just off the podium. fact, actually, I'm gonna leave you a little secret here. The first championship I ever won, it wasn't an overall championship, but it was like for a class championship. It was bronze at the time. It was the bronze championship of the community I was running in. I won the championship despite not winning a single race and not getting a single podium. It was weird. I was just at every race and kind of like in the top 5. Also, chat, if you have any theories, any bets as to who is going to be the trigger point of a massive accident, please let me know, because, you know, we're trying to guess. We're trying to come up with who's going to be where. Also, here's a question. I don't know if they're going to reshuffle the grid and put Chris Cow on the front row or not. Because, of course, no. Oh, it looks like we will. Okay, Cow is taking up second place. And Thomas Hagen will slot into third place. Maybe? I guess it depends on which drivers actually figure out that the second place car is starting from the pit lane. And as a result, whether they should... Also, a couple others. We got Alan Shergill in the pits as well, so taking no spot on the front on the grid, as well as Professional Hater and Kevin Shepard. We knew Hater was going to start from the front row or from the pit lane, and I also suspected that Shepard, who was a silver driver who's starting at the back, would also probably take a pit lane start. But we have 4 cars in the pit lane. Alfredo Casadillas will lead the way in the McLaren 720S. The Mexican driver on pole position ahead of the Nubs boys. Chris Cow, Thomas Hagen, Cow in the BMW, Hagen in the Mustang. And rounding off the top 5, in theory, will be Cedric Muir in the Ferrari and the BMW of John Spriggs and the Wise Racing Team. I don't know why Shergill is in the pits. I don't have an explanation for that one. I know Ambrazosa is steward ordered. I know Professional Hater is voluntary, and Kevin Shepard I don't know. Shepard could be facing the same thing as Ambrazosa, where he was ordered to start from the pits because he didn't qualify. So it could be he had a qualifying ban and has to start from the pits. Or it could just be stay out of trouble. He's in with the iron drivers as far as grid position was concerned. And as a result, probably doesn't like his chances of making it through the first corner entirely unscathed. So maybe just electing that for safety's sake. Rounding off the top 10, it will be Kerry Pattenden, Milestone, Richard Oakes, Oral Jha, and Bearded X Badass. 8 silvers, 2 bronze. So, chat, who are we cheering for today? I know the answer from RC Gingerbach is anyone driving a Nissan. This has been well established. I'm assuming that Alfredo's brother is cheering for Alfredo. I could be mistaken. And I feel like David Slater is probably cheering for Chris Cow. Oh, and I know Samuel Jardine has a friend in the chat here as well. So I'm assuming we have a Samuel Jardine cheering section as well. Cheering for the big pileup? I mean, that is entirely valid. Entirely valid, sir. Entirely valid. What is that Ferrari doing? Is Cedric Muir, sir? You are going to be 5th in line, which means you're on the wrong side of the track for one thing. Oh no, okay, it looks like we're just going to leave 2nd place vacant. Okay. All right. Everyone starts in their actual apportioned grid position. We're just leaving blanks. Here we go. Checkered flag will be, or green flag will be dropped in...
Green light.
Now!
Go, go, go.
And we are off here at 7:42 local time. Leading away to the first corner is Alfredo. Oh, Alfredo loses it kind of on his own. Massive pileup. There is carnage. John Spriggs got through unscathed. He is in the lead. Also through is Cedric Muir and Thomas Hagen. Hagen actually retains his third place. Lost out to like some of the other cars, but ended up there. Anyways, the pole sitter has already spun out. And we have a new leader. It is John Spriggs in the Wise Racing BMW, followed by Cedric Muir in the 6.9 Track Tool Team Ferrari. And then it's Nubs Racing with Thomas Hagen. That Kerry Patton it up into fourth place in the Lambo. Then it is Richard Oakes in the trusty rusty Porsche up into fifth position, followed by Miles Stone in the Nissan Godzilla. Bearded X Badass is the top bronze driver in the BMW, followed by Alfredo, who has somehow survived in 8th place. And rounding off the top 10, Lucas Geese and Oral Ja. Drive-through penalties being handed out to Matthias Wiedemann and to Adam Stewart. Being assessed drive-through penalties, we have had some early carnage. And the race is on. Nathan Gray is in the pit lane, so something has befallen the 19.5 BMW as well. Oh no! El Perry loses it on the downhill section, and he will be probably in the wall, I would imagine. That is going to be a hard one to recover from. Well, I'm trying to click on El Perry, guys. You keep passing him. Alrighty. Also a drive-through penalty for Gottschalk, whose name I'm probably going to progressively try to make more guttural as time goes on in an attempt to bully him into telling me the actual pronunciation. Leading the way, it is the Silver Championship leader in the 888 car, John Spriggs in the Wise Racing Machine. In second place is Cedric Muir, followed by Thomas Hagen, followed by Patton, and followed by Oakes, followed by Stone. Casadias, Bearded X Badass, Lucas Geese, and Oral Shaw. Then it is Robert Volt, Isaac Jordan, Adam Stewart, Jackson Biddle. Max Cruz is your top iron driver, by the way, the newcomer, ahead of Matthias Wiedemann, who is serving his drive-through penalty, and Brandon Harvey. Ron Morley will also move on to the podium when Wiedemann rejoins him. Get a look at Robert Volt as he is in a battle with the Sky Tempesta Mercedes of Isaac Jordan. Jordan did not qualify well, but we have seen some phenomenal performances by that driver in the past, and I'm expecting good things here today. Also, when the race sort of simmers down a little bit, I'm going to have to go get a beverage because I have a little bit of heartburn going on here, and it's going to really affect the commentary quality because I am kind of burping. My apologies. Let's have a look at Cruz. We didn't get a look at Cruz in the entire qualifying performance because it was a new name. It was kind of, kind of off my my thoughts here. But a Dutch driver in the number 57 BMW for Team Alpina, the famous tuning company for BMW. Lovely livery, very classic BMW. Checking in with Nelson Ambrazosa. Somebody has stopped at the side of the road there. Also in the pits is Jeffrey Bacher. So things have not gone according to plan there. Ambrazosa's up to... He is not in 30th place because it shows him as behind Murasano, unless that's a lap car. That could be a lap Ferrari ahead of him. That could be what's throwing me off here. Yeah, there is Murasano. No, that's Sully up ahead. There you go. I was not losing my mind. I was right. David Slater cheering hard for Chris Cow in the chat. Bozer heading into the pit lane in the Lambo. Number of cars in the pit lane. A lot of cars in the pit lane in the early going. Spriggs continues to lead as he heads up the hill ahead of Cedric Muir and Thomas Hagen. Seems like the rest of the field can't really live with these three right now. There is a gap opening up about 2.7 seconds between them and fourth place Kerry Pattinen. Spriggs, of course, has a 5-second penalty that he will have to serve at his pit stop, so championship leader does have his work cut out for him, but he is right now in a good position, and the two cars chasing him are not championship rivals. So that is, that's kind of honestly kind of ideal. Doing a good job. Further back, Oral Ja. Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no. What happened? Oral Ja chasing Lucas Gies. It looks like he just loses it. Gets a little bit of curb there. Car looks a little unsettled. And then, yep, into the wall and into the wall again. That's a bad moment for Oral Ja, who hits the pit lane. Picking up Adrian Marood, who is battling with Matthew East. One of my favorite liveries in the field is that orange BMW with the number 42, driven by Matthew East. And behind them, that is Chris Cow chasing Brandon Harvey. If I was Brandon Harvey, I would probably just let Cal through. That is not a battle that he is... Not only is it not a battle that he's probably not going to win, it's a battle he has no real interest or benefit in winning, frankly. It's honestly is more the point. He needs to be more worried about Ron Morley behind him. And Matthew East overtakes... That's a lapped car. It's the 45th place car of... That's not Nathan Gray. Okay. Oh, I missed something there. Adrian Marood off the track. Let's, can we get a quick, snappy little replay? Because I was trying to identify who that lapped car was. And, oh, the lapped car got into it with him. Now, I'm going to defend the lapped car here for like a hot second. Marood took that corner as if that car was not there. And, I mean, you can't do that. There's no cloaking device that allows you to stop existing. Probably could have given up the blue flag in the straightaway. Probably. I mean, there were things to be done, but Marood did not react to the circumstances that were on the table, rather than the circumstances he would have wanted. So I defend the blue flag driver. Look to see if we got a good battle kicking on right now. Ambrosozov continues to work his way through the field. Next on his list is Lou Wes at the BMW. So weird seeing Lou Wes in the BMW after a whole season of watching him in the Ferrari. It just feels like not his car. But the results are pretty solid. He was 5th place at Zolder, and then didn't attend Nürburgring. So obviously it's working for him. It just, I don't know, something about it feels unnatural. Ambrosozov making his way through. Samuel Jardine and El Perry having a little battle here further down the field. They're towards the end of the silver pack. And there is some damage showing on Perry's Nissan, obviously. We saw it in the wall earlier. Honestly, probably lucky to be in the top 30 still. Oh, somebody is exploring the off-track section. And Jardine does indeed make the overtake stick. Moving towards the front in the lovely Animes-themed Honda NSX for the Flush team. Marood in the pit lane, probably to serve a damage-related stop. Pole sitter Alfredo Casadias is currently in 9th place, cheering Bearded X bat. Oh, somebody in the wall! Somebody in the wall in the Ferrari. That's a lap car that got in the wall. Hopefully they stay out of the way. Overtake happens. Bacher is in the mix there as well, but that is a lapped car, I do believe. Yeah. Bacher's already made a pit stop. quite down in the pecking order. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is a mess. There are blue flag cars in here. They're battling for position. There are leaders coming through here. Lucas Geese is here. Miles Stone is here. Alfredo is here. This could be an absolute mess. All right, that BMW doing a good job of getting out of the way. That is 2 thumbs up. Blue flag driving. Use the Conrad straight to just not be involved in what could be potentially a giant ball of chaos. Bearded X Badass. No, I don't think he overtook Lucas Geese. I think Geese has a... Geese, I know, has a timing issue sometimes. I'm thinking that's what that is. Back at the front, it is still the 3-man trip of Spriggs, Muir, and Hagen making a run away from it. Right now, the lead would be effectively Murs, because, of course, Spriggs has a 5-second penalty, which would drop him behind these two, and possibly Patented is... Well, no, Patented's not really in fact here, because Patented himself is sitting on a 45-second penalty. Matt Gale looking to make a move. On the tail of Robert Volt in the Nubs Racing Aston Martin. The Nubs crew needs to tell me what is the deal with them running, like, different cars. Like, I understand the teams don't have to run the same car. I appreciate that. There's an Audi in the wall. Is that Bacher? Might be Bacher. It's the only Audi in the field, I think. But the Nubs Racing team is kind of weird to me because they're running a BMW, a Mustang, and an Aston Martin. So, like, there's like no data sharing in the entire team. It's a bit weird. But hey, they've got a car in 3rd place. And I think when things shake out, Chris Cow will also be like a top 10 car. So, and Robert Volt's in 11th place. So, I mean, it's working for them. I can't critique the choices. I'm just wondering what the logic is. Seems like a little bit of an awkward proposal. Brandon Harvey on the tail of Matthew East. Matthew is a bronze driver who, to be honest, in my experience, tends to end up battling a lot with the irons. So we'll see him battling here with the 2nd place iron car of Brandon Harvey. And just ahead of him is the leader of the iron class, Max Cruz. It's Ron Morley getting a little bit familiar with the wall. And behind them, it is Kramaric and Ambrazosa. Checking in on Aaron Shergill, who's making his way through the field. Next on the list for Shergill is Philip Sully. Has just overtaken Matthias Wiedemann, the Iron Championship leader. See if Sully fights terribly hard for this position or not. This is iron on silver, so theoretically a fight that Shergill should be able to win relatively easily, but of course, now that we're going uphill, there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities in this area because, of course, it's a relatively tight bit of track and a lot of upsetting bumps. So, might not want to force the issue up the hill. Or down the hill, to be clear. So, we may be waiting till the Conrad straight for the actual move. Ari Venter is in the pit lane. 43 making its mandatory pit stop. And Brazosa looking to make a move on Brandon Harvey. continue to work the way through the field. Qualified on row 1, but apparently was on a qualifying ban. I imagine there will be something there. Do I want company? Well, Adam, you're welcome to the commentary booth if you wish. I don't have a screen share set up, though, so that will be a little bit of a problem for code commentary purposes. But I am not going to oppose. There we go. Oh, no.
Hello.
No. My audio. Chat. Do we still have game audio on your end, or is it just me that has no audio? I need confirmation.
It's still on stream.
Okay. So it just knocked my audio out again. I don't know what is happening with my headset, but it is being silly today. Anyways. Good day, Mr. Adam Stewart. You appear to be out of the race.
Yeah, it said I jumped the start, that I was out of position, but I followed Volt around that whole lap.
I think it's because there were some issues with some people who qualified that were not supposed. Oh, Brandon Harvey off the track. Well, that's one way for Nelson Ambrosiosa to make the overtake happen. Not blaming Ambrosiosa, but it just looks like Harvey got too much of the curb. I will tumble my Iron Championship pick down the order. In the meantime, still in the lead of the Iron category, it is the BMW Alpina team's Max Cruz, which I believe suggests that he is an Alpina factory driver, which is very bold on his part.
Very bold, for sure.
Currently running behind Jackson Biddle. Hopefully Biddle has remembered not to have way too much fuel in his car again. Apparently that occurred in Silver. Although it worked out for him. He took a podium, apparently with way too much fuel. Pole sitter Quesadillas in the pit lane. Hitting from the top 10, first of the top 10 to come in. Still shows a fair amount of damage, so I'm surprised he hasn't pitted earlier than this. We'll see if they can fix that. The game does have, or at least did have, somebody can confirm in the chat maybe, a somewhat non-fixable damage model, i.e. that there were certain things that a pit stop would not fix, but obviously most things are fixable.
I know from experience that if you hurt your motor, you can't fix it.
Splitter is another one. Not splitter, diffuser.
I believe that's true.
Gottschlick on the tail of Chris Stancer. Looking to make his way through the field. This is a battle for 28th on track, although there are a lot of penalties to be served up ahead, and obviously we have the whole pit stop procedure, so Lord knows how this will turn out in the end. But right now, in fact, while I was talking, it has turned from a battle for 28th to a battle for 24th. So there you go. As a couple of cars were in the pit lane, including Brandon Harvey, Shannon Murisanu, and Lewis. Next up for Ambrosiosa is Max Cruz. The Ferrari is flying, as one would imagine, from a guy who qualified P2 in this race. But was one of those drivers I referenced earlier who was not supposed to qualify, and as a result was removed from the grid. And there is the overtake on the Alpina. Cruz does not make that too hard at all, which is honestly just good form from the Iron leader. You're of course allowed to fight for your position, but I would say when it's Iron versus Silver, it's not a great idea. Somebody is backwards on the hill. It was I didn't recognize the livery. It was a green highlighter livery, but I do not know who that belongs to, so I'm not going to try to find them in the pack here.
I think that's Matthew East, I think.
No. Matthew's in an orange BMW. This was a green car. Didn't make out the make. Although it was not one of the boxy ones. So it was not a Beamer. It was not a Bentley. It was not a Lexus. But it could have been any of the mid-engine cars. Could have even been a Mercedes, potentially. So, again, I would just be speculating. Because I do not necessarily know everybody's liveries, probably because there are drivers that pop in and out of the series. There are also drivers that just kind of go stealth, and I don't actually really see them. We have a chat message. I was excited for Bathurst. Now I don't want to see it again. Yeah, that's usually how that goes. Gotchlick with the overtake on Stancer. Stancer was very cooperative with that. He was not really defending position, so that's good. Ambrazosa has finally caught up to the back end of the silver competition. That is Jackson Biddle in the Honda up ahead of him. See if Ambrazosa's got a bit of the red mist here today to match his red Ferrari paint scheme. He's been aggressive, but we haven't seen him do anything too bad. Actually, I haven't seen him do anything bad at all. Richard Oakes and Thomas Hagen in the pits. So those are big pit stops. Those are guys from the top 5. Ambrazosa looking to make a move into the chase. And to be honest, Jackson Biddle does not defend that terribly hard, so that works out in the end. Matthew East is back up on the tail of Max Cruz. They've been kind of in the same proximity with each other for quite some time. Second place in the iron category, Ron Morley is coming with. It's a battle of the Beamers. Ron, I appreciate what you're trying to do with that livery, but we gotta talk about that livery. That looks terrible. Biddle ends up in the pit lane. That might be why Biddle didn't fight Ambrazosa terribly hard. He was just going to pit anybody anyway, so might as well handle the business. So weird watching this without sound. I'm going to try plugging the headset after this into the USB port it was in before, because I don't know, maybe it's the port, but admittedly it is plugged into a hub right now, so actually, I guess there is a chance that it's just the port being a bit wonky because it's a hub as opposed to a port. At the front, Spriggs leads by 0.7 of a second over Cedric Muir, which is not enough to make up for his penalty. Patton in third place is not a factor because he has 45 seconds penalties. Then it is Milestone, Beater Dex Badass, Lucas Geese, Robert Volt, Matt Gale, Chris Cow, and Isaac Jordan at the moment. There are, of course, a number of drivers who have served their pit stops and will be part of that battle possibly later, depending on how things go. As Max Cruz had a bit of a moment there with the grass, and Matthew East is going to move through. Really, Cruz's worry is fighting with Ron Morley, but Morley is also through, so a change for the iron lead. Ron Morley is your second leader of that class of the day. I guess technically third, although Brandon Hardy lost the lead very, very quickly, so I'm not really counting him. Bearded X Badass into the pits.
Harvey said he took damage in that T1 incident.
I assume so, yeah. I assumed anyone that I noticed instantly dropped down the order was probably caught up. Matt Gale looking to make a move on Robert Volt here around the outside of the cutting. And right in behind them is Volt's teammate Chris Cow. I imagine Volt's going to make that rather easy for Cow. Yep. Moved out of the way. Matt Gale also gets the job done. That car up ahead of them was probably the one that we saw on the wall earlier. That does look like the livery I saw backwards on the hill section. Of course, I still don't know who it is because it's a left car. It's looks like car 30. Let's see if we can track down who that might be. No, I don't see a car 30. It is one of the back markers. Also also may explain why I don't recognize the livery, because admittedly the back of the pack does get a little bit less attention than the front. Flashy of headlights from Matt Gale. He's a little bit impatient about this blue flag behavior. I don't really have a problem with anything that car has done so far, but I'm not in Matt Gale's cockpit, and obviously that's going to change the perspective. Gottschlick in the pits. Max Cruz coming to a very something's happened here. Massive pileup up the hill, caused by
Oh, that's our leader.
the 95 car and the 185 car. My lord, this is a traffic jam. That is Nathan Gray. And the 185 is Atos Rahman. Professional Hater got caught up in that. Chris Stancer got caught up in that. The Sky Tempesta Mercedes got caught up in that. Oh no, that's not the Sky Tempesta Mercedes. It's just another white Mercedes. Anyways, a lot of cars got caught up in that. Oh no, Stancer loses it. And he gets clipped by the yellow BMW as well. The 74 car into the back of Stancer. Oh no. And Stancer says, I'm going to go back to the pits.
Yeah, that stack up up top of the hill there really hurt John Spriggs a ton.
He's right on the tail of Mears. I don't think anything really changed.
Well, you think about Robert Oakes, who was behind him and had made his pit.
That's true. Yeah,
Big difference right there.
Well, I don't think Oakes is really the threat. Oakes had a penalty as well, so I think he's not really the thing.
The success penalty.
I think once the penalty in the pit lanes, once the pits are sorted out, I think we're going to have Cedric Neer in the lead, just because he's the one. He's the only guy who's kind of at the front. He's penalty free.
Sure.
I think Spriggs' battle is with Mir, and Mir is still within sight. Mir hits the pit lane, by the way. And the lead will go back to John Spriggs here. Spriggs looks like he's carrying a little bit of damage on the front end. Looks like the bonnet is a little bit less than secure. There's Cow in the pits. Now what that pileup has done is, as much as I think Spriggs is probably roughly in the same place, is it's brought, well, actually, you know who the big winner of that is? Thomas Hagen. Hagen was in third place, had pitted, and will probably be quite a ways up the road. So yeah, I think it'll be Hagen, then it will be Mirror, then it'll be very jumbled up, because a couple of cars that were like not being able to keep up with those three, all of a sudden might be in this battle. So this is going to make the front of the pack really easy. Watch Spriggs try to navigate through traffic. That is I'm going to take a stab and say that's Andreas Hansen in front of him, because I see a very prominent Swedish flag on the livery. And I believe Hansen is our token Swede. So that would be my guess. I could go hunting for the car, of course, but I think I'll pass. That is one of the Nissans also working their way through. I think that's Matt Gale, who pitted and is not on the lead lap as a result. And Kerry Patton in behind. No, that's the pole sitter, Alfredo Casadillas. Kramrich in the pitch, Matthew East in the pits. So most of the field is pitted. The top 7 of Spriggs, Geese, Stone, Ambrazosa, Shergill, Morley, and Cahill yet to do so. Am I the only one that thinks that Shergill, Morley, and Cahill just sounds like a law firm? I don't know, maybe. And Lucas Geese dives into the pit lane from third place. Chris Dancer's still in the pits. Some significant damage there. Kevin Shepard also has... Oh, Kevin Shepard never joined the race. That's why he's still in the pits. It's like, why do we have a 49th place when there's only 46 cars on the server? There's your answer. Kevin Shepard never left the pits at the start of the race. The Ashcroft Ferrari is apparently just decided it was not worth it today. One of the BMWs, they're getting out of shape, and this is making things a little bit difficult for the leader. That's a car that does not appear to have a great deal of control of itself, and we are about to go down the hill. Oh boy. Hold your breath, cross your toes, cross your fingers, and hope for like, you know, a peaceful resolution. Matt Gale's also here, as well as Alfredo Casadillas, who are not battling with Spriggs for position, but you know, they're also, I think, notable, you know, players in this this end run here. Okay, the BMW is just going to get out of the way. That is smart. Robert Volt on the tail of Chris Cow. I don't really know if this is going to be a battle because these two guys are, of course, teammates. And from what I've seen from the Nubs Racing crew, they're, you know, relatively friendly about racing each other. So I wouldn't expect to see Volt try to make any particular move here on his silver teammate. Richard Oakes has come out, or not come out, but is right behind Cedric Mir. So Mir coming out just ahead of Oakes as they make their way past Chris Stancer, who has rejoined the festivities after hard contact with the wall. Miles Stone in the pit lane. So we got 3 cars yet to pit. Spriggs, Ambrazosa, and Shurgill. They're, as a result, the top 3 at the moment. Bearded X Badass is in a 3-way fight with Cruz and Biddle. These guys are actually all in different categories, so ironically, they're battling each other very fiercely on track, but none of them are actually, like, fighting each other in the race, technically. Because it's an iron car ahead of a bronze car ahead of a silver car. So there's not actually a lot at play here. Oh no, Cruz! The longtime leader of the iron category loses control. Did he have contact? Let's see. 15-second replay. Nope. Just kind of lost it on his own. Into the wall. Backwards. Contacts with Biddle. Biddle hits the wall as well. Max Cruz is in the pits. I was really cheering for you, Max. I thought, you know, it'd be really cool to have a first-time winner out on track today at Bathurst. But I don't know if that's really an option now. John Spriggs moving up in the world. 1 second. There's going to be no commentary from me for a moment because I have a theory. I have a thing that might actually work vis-a-vis my audio settings. It did! It did! It worked! It worked! I have sound again! I can hear the roar of the engines. Richard Oakes making his way past Nelson Ambrazosa. That is for 3rd place, and that could be for the lead of the race. By the way, there's a very damaged Ferrari. Is that Ambrazosa's Ferrari? Might be. Hang on. It is. Oh boy. Nelson, get that into the pits. Into the pits now, please.